For decades, Pakistan has been criticized for its lack of industrial development, lack of exports, and an inability to promote indigenous industries. However, despite these shortcomings, one industry in the country has not only thrived, but has grown exponentially: the begging industry. This industry is rarely discussed, yet its presence is felt in almost every major city and street of the nation. What is even more surprising is the extent to which it has become organized, developed its networks, and turned into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. This video discusses the hidden facets of this shadow economy, exploring its size, impact, and the numerous controversies that surround it. In recent years, reports have highlighted that the begging industry in Pakistan is not just a phenomenon limited to a few individuals or families. Instead, it is a massive network involving millions of people. According to a report by Dawn, a prominent English newspaper in Pakistan, approximately 38 million people, or almost 4 crore individuals, are engaged in begging as their primary source of income. This staggering number makes up almost 16% of the country's population. To put it into perspective, if begging were classified as a legitimate occupation, it would be one of the largest employment sectors in the country. The data is even more shocking when we consider the revenue generated by this industry. An average beggar in major cities like Karachi, Lahore, and Islamabad can earn anywhere between 1,500 to 5,000 rupees per day. Extrapolating this figure, the daily collective income of beggars across Pakistan is estimated to be around 32 billion rupees. Annually, this amounts to a mind-boggling 117 trillion rupees, or roughly 42 billion USD. To provide context, Pakistan's much-celebrated IT industry, which is considered a goldmine and a beacon of hope for economic development, brings in approximately 3 billion USD annually. In contrast, the begging industry is generating 14 times more revenue. This reveals a disturbing economic paradox. An illicit and unregulated industry has outperformed a legitimate sector that is supported and encouraged by government policies. The size of the begging industry is not just a result of large numbers. It is also due to the massive earnings of individual beggars. The Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Shahbaz Sharif, is said on an occasion, "Today, when we go to any friendly country or make a phone call, they think that we have come to beg for money."
से होके आया हूं, मैं यूएई के होके अभी मैं तुर्की होके आया हूं और मैंने उन भाइयों को कहा कि आप हमारे बड़े अजीम भाई हैं, हमेशा आपने हमारी मदद की और मैंने यही कहा जब मैं आया हूं तो आप समझेंगे शायद ये मांगने आया, मैं मांगने नहीं आया लेकिन मजबूरी है हमारा।
The case of Kazim Hussain from Gujranwala, arrested last year, is another example. When authorities investigated his accounts, they discovered millions of rupees stashed away. Similarly, another beggar from Multan named Shaukat was found to have a life insurance policy worth 1 crore rupees. When questioned about his profession, he replied matter-of-factly that he had been a professional beggar for many years and had earned a substantial livelihood from it. Such stories are not isolated incidents. Across Pakistan, numerous beggars are living in comfort, owning properties, and running successful begging enterprises. There are even reports of beggar bosses who employ and manage dozens of beggars, assigning them specific areas, controlling their working hours, and taking a significant share of their earnings. These cases highlight the extent to which begging has evolved from a desperate means of survival to a sophisticated business model. The begging industry in Pakistan operates with an astonishing level of organization. Much like any corporate enterprise, the industry is divided into various networks, gangs, and syndicates that control different regions and territories. These groups are highly organized, with designated leaders, employees, and even specialized roles such as lookouts, pick-and-drop service providers, and handlers who oversee specific groups of beggars. Each group operates under a structured hierarchy. For example, beggars are assigned specific locations, timings, and shifts, ensuring maximum coverage throughout the day and night. They are also trained to employ various tactics to elicit sympathy from the public. Some may use young children, others may feign disabilities, while some rely on emotional stories to appeal to the kindness of passers-by. Furthermore, many beggars do not operate independently. They are often recruited by powerful gangs that demand a share of their daily earnings in exchange for the right to beg in a particular area. In some cases, these gangs provide protection from local authorities, ensuring that their employees can operate without fear of being arrested or harassed. This system of control and protection is eerily reminiscent of organized crime syndicates. The financial aspect of the begging industry is as complex as it is lucrative. According to reports, the highest-earning beggars are found in Karachi, where a single beggar can earn up to 5,000 rupees per day. In Lahore, the average daily earning is around 3,000 rupees, and in Islamabad, it is approximately 1,500 rupees per day. Even in smaller cities and rural areas, a beggar can easily earn between 500 to 1,000 rupees daily. Given these figures, it is estimated that a professional beggar in a major city can make between 90,000 to 150,000 rupees per month, far more than what many professionals, including engineers and skilled workers, earn in Pakistan. This income disparity is not only shocking, but also indicative of a larger social and economic problem. Moreover, the begging economy is not limited to direct cash collections. Many beggars receive food, clothes, and other goods, which are then sold in secondary markets. This secondary market is yet another revenue stream, contributing to the overall profitability of the industry. The organized nature of the begging industry has led to its expansion beyond Pakistan's borders. Reports from the Senate's Standing Committee on Overseas Pakistanis and Human Resources revealed that 90% of the beggars arrested in foreign countries are Pakistani nationals. Most of these individuals travel on pilgrim visas to countries like Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Iraq, and then engage in begging activities. This export of beggars is a well-coordinated operation. Agents based in South Punjab and parts of Central Punjab are primarily responsible for recruiting and sending these individuals abroad. These agents cover the travel expenses, including visas and airfare, with the understanding that the beggars will repay them through their earnings. Once the beggars are abroad, they are given specific targets, a certain amount they must earn and send back. Upon their return, these agents take a significant portion of their earnings, making this a highly profitable business. Agents play a crucial role in the international begging network. They are the ones who arrange travel documents, bribe officials if necessary, and ensure that the beggars can enter foreign countries without raising suspicions. Once the beggars arrive, the agents maintain regular contact, ensuring that they meet their targets and do not stray from the designated areas. In some cases, beggars are even given training on how to present themselves, which stories to tell, and how to avoid law enforcement in foreign countries. This level of organization is indicative of a well-established criminal enterprise, rather than a group of desperate individuals seeking to make a living. The international expansion of the begging industry has had a detrimental effect on Pakistan's image and its relations with other countries.
अमेरिका ने कोई कदम उठा लिया, ऐसे भी अगर करेंगे तो फिर कहां से हम बराबरी की सतह पे ताल्लुकात मेंटेन करेंगे?
देखें कि beggars can't be choosers. Please understand that.
When Saudi Arabia, Iran, and other countries see a surge in the number of beggars arriving on pilgrim visas, it not only damages Pakistan's reputation, but also raises concerns about the country's ability to control its borders and prevent human trafficking. Moreover, the involvement of Pakistani nationals in begging and related crimes abroad has led to increased scrutiny and restrictions on Pakistani visa applicants. According to the Ministry of Overseas Pakistanis, several foreign employers are now replacing Pakistani laborers with workers from Bangladesh and India due to issues of credibility, crime, and the perceived lack of skills among Pakistani workers. The rise of the begging industry has also had a profound impact on Pakistani society. It has fostered a culture of dependency, where individuals and families view begging as a legitimate source of income rather than seeking education or employment. This mindset is perpetuated by the fact that begging often provides a higher income than many legitimate jobs. Furthermore, the presence of organized begging networks has led to the exploitation of vulnerable individuals, particularly children. Many children are forced into begging by gangs, where they are often abused, neglected, and denied access to education. This cycle of exploitation not only destroys the future of these children, but also contributes to the perpetuation of poverty and illiteracy. The legal framework to address begging in Pakistan is woefully inadequate. The primary law governing this issue is the 1958 Vagrancy Ordinance, which criminalizes begging and imposes penalties on those who engage in it. However, enforcement is virtually non-existent. Police officers are often bribed or intimidated by powerful begging syndicates, making arrests and prosecutions rare. Even when beggars are arrested, they are usually released after a short time, as the legal system lacks the resources and the will to pursue such cases. This lack of enforcement has allowed the begging industry to flourish, turning it into a seemingly unstoppable force. Addressing the begging crisis in Pakistan will require a multifaceted approach that includes legal reforms, social interventions, and economic opportunities for those involved in begging. Some potential solutions include strengthening the legal framework. The 1958 Vagrancy Ordinance needs to be updated to reflect the current realities of the begging industry. Penalties should be increased, and a focus should be placed on dismantling the networks that exploit vulnerable individuals. Establishing rehabilitation centers. Instead of simply arresting beggars, the government should establish rehabilitation centers that provide education, vocational training, and psychological support to help beggars reintegrate into society. Public awareness campaigns. Educating the public about the negative impact of giving money to beggars is crucial. Instead, donations should be directed towards reputable charities that support rehabilitation efforts. Creating economic opportunities. One of the primary reasons people turn to begging is the lack of economic opportunities. The government must invest in job creation, particularly in low-income areas, to provide alternative sources of income. Breaking the cycle of dependency and exploitation will not be easy. It will require a concerted effort from the government, civil society, and the public. The first step is acknowledging the scale and impact of the begging industry and treating it as a serious issue that affects not only those directly involved, but also the broader society. As long as begging continues to be more profitable than legitimate employment, it will remain an attractive option for many. Changing this will require not only legal reforms and enforcement, but also a shift in societal attitudes and the creation of viable alternatives for those trapped in this vicious cycle. The begging industry in Pakistan is a hidden giant, operating in the shadows yet impacting every aspect of society. Its existence is a testament to the deep-seated economic and social problems facing the country. By bringing this issue into the light and addressing it head-on, Pakistan can begin to reclaim its streets, restore its international reputation, and provide a brighter future for its most vulnerable citizens.